Okay, nice and quiet all around, team. Rehearsal's up. Rehearsal's up. Thank you, team. Before you can shoot any scene, you need to rehearse the scene. And rehearsal is the process of taking the scene off of the scripted page and transforming it into what the viewer will actually see when they're watching the show. There are two parts to rehearsal. The first part is what's called a private rehearsal. For the private rehearsal, we'll gather up our director, our awesome cast, and our writer on set so that they can walk through the scene, figure out the blocking, fine-tune any character moments or anything that needs to be worked out along those lines. Zoe, our director of photography, our DP, will be roaming the perimeter, lining up potential shots on her phone. Someone from the props department is there so the actors can start getting familiar with their props and working with the stuff they'll be holding in the scene. And Amber, our script supervisor, is also there. The cast is usually off book or has the scene memorized by the time we're rehearsing, but she's there holding the script, the sides, just as a safety net should they need any reminders along the way, and to make note of any script changes, any dialogue changes that happen during the rehearsal. So we'll give that small group time to run through the scene a few times, and once the director and actors are feeling ready, we'll shift gears to part 2 of the rehearsal, which is what's called a marking rehearsal. All right, marking rehearsal team, here we go. Marking rehearsal. For the marking rehearsal, we'll invite in more of the crew to watch the cast walk through the scene one more time so that the crew can start to understand what the scene is going to look like and wrap their heads around what we're going to be spending the next few hours shooting. So our gaffer and key grip will come in. They're the two that will work with Zoe to actually light the scene. A lot of the camera department will come in, our operators, the dolly grips, and all the assistant camera folk, including our two awesome second ACs, Stosh and Rachel, who are actually the reason it's called a marking rehearsal. As the cast is moving around for the scene, Stosh and Rachel are putting marks down, marking where the actors are moving, so that when we move on to actually lighting the scene, we can precisely replicate where all the actors are standing. Our stand-ins will also watch this rehearsal. Typically, the actors need to step away after rehearsal to finish getting ready, so our stand-ins will stand in where the cast would be to help us light the scenes. Julian, our boom op, will watch so that he can start wrapping his head around how they're going to capture the sound for the scene. Lance, our second, is watching so that he can start getting a feel for where the background, the extras, might be incorporated into the scene. Also to acknowledge other teammates who, depending on the show, depending on the scene, will also be involved in both private rehearsal and marking rehearsal. We have a dialect coach on our set who's always listening in to make sure everyone's getting that North Georgia accent right. If it's a scene that involves a stunt of any kind, Natasha, our stunt coordinator, will be in the mix. If we're doing a sex scene or a scene with any degree of nudity, like if someone's taking a shower in the scene, our intimacy coordinator will be around. You'll often have a tech advisor around as well if you're shooting a scene that involves a specific skill set that none of us actually have. So for example, if we're doing a surgery, we'll have a tech advisor around to work with the actors to make sure they're feeling comfortable with what their movements will be in the scene and that it all is looking believable as well. And of course, just be another set of eyes to make sure we're capturing the scene as a whole accurately. I am also in the room all the time for a few reasons. One, I need to know what the scene is going to look like and how we're going to be shooting it so that I can help manage us doing that over the next few hours. I'm also there to help things be efficient. As soon as we're done with marking, mush everyone off the set so that we can bring in cameras and lights and ladders and start setting up for the first shot. And also I'm there to observe in that moment as we're clearing everyone out, does an actor have a look on their face that maybe they have a question or need a moment with Steph or need to know where the restroom is? Is a props teammate standing there with 6 coffee mugs needing someone to choose which one we're going to use in the scene? Is the DP trying to get the director's attention to clarify what the first shot is going to be so that she can start setting up for it? It's just finding that balance of keeping things moving, being efficient, while making sure the team has all their questions answered and has all the info they need to be able to do their jobs well. That is rehearsal. We did it. After we're done rehearsing, we go into what's called lighting mode, where we actually set up to shoot the scene, which I'll make a video about shortly. And other videos coming your way soon about what it takes to put a TV show together from my lens as the first AD, and of course, shouting out all our awesome teammates who make it all possible along the way. Okay, more soon. Bye. That was a lot of talking.